Good Monday evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. I'm Dustin Caldwell, and here tonight we've got some sprint car race action coming your way via here Iriwndale Speedway, this lovely, lovely half-mile track. We're going to do some qualifying and a little bit of heat races before we get to the feature here tonight. 40-lap feature on tap for you coming up later this evening, but we are about ready to go qualifying as the drivers are making their way to their pit boxes. We're ready to set down their best time here tonight. And we're going to see some great action from a lot of guys that you got to see last season, as tonight kicks off the first of season number 2 here heading into the 2017 year. So I guess you could call it the 2017 season 1 overall officially, if that, to be technical on it. But we're going to see that here coming up. You're going to see different tracks like Lanier. You're going to see tracks. Taking a look at the schedule, you're definitely going to see a lot of different tracks. Lucas Oil Raceway being another one of them that you're going to see, and they're going to be visited twice. So we'll be back here at Iriwndale at least one more time before the season ends. Southern National Motorsports Park's going to see a double visit as well. So we got drivers ready to take to the track for single car qualifying as they make their way over to the end of the qualifying road. We're going to have that information for you, as we can see the cars down there lined up ready to roll. They'll get one qualifying lap each, trying to put down their very best time to see where they're going to be at as far as the heat races, which will then lead on into the future. So up right now, we got that number 17 of Jim Vig making his way in the track. He's going to go around for his best qualifying time. The number 17 of Jim Vig on the track, known as the captain, JRV Motorsports, Advanced Auto Parts. And a beast chassis on that car as he comes around. Let's see what he's got for his qualifying time. He's going to put down a 16.218. Fast time to beat. And we're just waiting here. To apologize, looks like we're seeing 2 qualifying attempts here, so it's a 16.016 for Jim Vig in the Advanced Auto Parts Beast Chassis car. Next on the track, the number 47 of Dan Smith making his way around to his green flag qualifying run. There he goes, taking his warm-up. Starting out, let's see what he's got. The 47 of Dan Smith, known as the Dirty Hillbilly Gorilla, Farlow Motorsports teammate, accelerated Kaiser Wheels, Toyota, and Spike, as tonight's broadcast presented by Spike Chassis. First time around for Dan, a 15. Really close. It's going to be a 16.103. Let's see what he's got the second time around as he crosses that start-finish line. Dan Smith's time, 15.866. He's going to go to the top with a fast time to beat. Brad Spittle on the track now, the number 5 machine, making his way around in his qualifying run. 5-5W, the number that he runs. Allebach Racing, teammate there, and also shown on his car as he makes his way around the track. Spittle's first time was a 15.895. Let's see what he's got for the second time. 15.765. That is going to be the fast time to beat. On the track now, making his way around is the number 2 of Aaron Holmes, newcomer to this series, known as Bray, the nickname. He calls Florida home. Discount Foods, the sponsor on that car. Making his way around into his first attempt here at Iriwndale, looking a little loose, coming out of turn number 2. As he comes across that start-finish line, his first time's going to be 16.340. That's fourth quick. Into his second run now, out of turn number 4 as he makes his way into the front stretch. Aaron Holmes' final qualifying time, 16.157. He's going to stay in fourth. The number 25 of Joseph Palmore, really good at this track, folks, a.k.a. JP, Farlow Motorsports. DeWalt Tools Budweiser in a spike chassis on that car, making his way around for his first attempt. Let's see what his first time is here tonight. As he crosses the start-finish line, it's a 16.025. He's going to go up to fourth quick with that time. Pushing that DeWalt machine around turns 3 and 4. Here he comes into the front stretch. Crossing that start-finish line. It's going to be straight to the top for JP with a 15.751. That previously edges out Dan Smith's time of a 15.866. So he's currently got that fast time. The number 70 of Corey Davis on the track now, folks, making his way around. Corey Davis in that blue 70. A little bit of gray there on the side. First time was a 16.073. Let's see what he's got for the second time. 15.809, third quick. Jason Steinhurst, the 69 machine, now on the track. Steinhurst, known as the hippie, out of Ohio, JJ Fugu. Otherworld Games, jskins.com, the sponsors on that machine. Here's his first attempt as he crosses the start-finish line. It's going to be a 16.624. That's seventh quick currently. Working his way again into the front stretch, crosses that start-finish line. Let's see where he ends up. 16.540. He's going to stay in seventh with that time. Now on the track, the number 20 of Jason Galvin. Number 20 of Jason Galvin. Working his way out of turn 4 on his first attempt. Let's see what he's got. 16.776. He's going to go to 8th. Galvin now into turns 3 and 4. Fires the car out of 4 up to the high side. Let's see what he's got. Where's he going to end up? 16.140. Galvin goes to 6th. Now on the track, the number 45 of Wesley Udd into his first attempt. Known as the boss man out of Muncie, Indiana, Carbright McGonigal Engine Service, the sponsors on that car. Udd into the back. Here comes the boss man. Turns 3 and 4. On his first attempt as he gets ready to cross that start-finish line, let's see what time he lays down here at Iriwndale. It's going to be a 16.606. That's going to be 9th quick. Bossman looking a little loose out of turn number 2. He's heading into turns 3 and 4 again. On his second attempt into the front stretch. Here he comes across that start-finish line. Wesley Udd, the boss man, 16.261. He's going to stay 8th quick. Now making his way towards pit road, we got Dan Holmes we see down there coming back. But on the track is Terry Dunnett, the number 77 of Dunnett, making his way around the track. Fakoi Racing is that teammate as he makes his way into turn number 3. Let's see what Dunnett's got here tonight. The 77 machine in this first attempt, crossing that start-finish line. What time's he going to lay down? 17.144. He's going to be 10th quick. Into the backstretch on his second attempt. Oh, he's going to lose it. He looks loose. Heading into turn 3, and he's going to roll the car. That's going to nullify it. So the first time will count. 17.144 for Terry Dunnett. He'll be 10th quick. Still got a few drivers here left to qualify. Corey Fuster now makes his way on the track. Fuster running the 666 machine. And that Exxon car making its way around for the first attempt to qualify here tonight at Iriwndale. Off of turn number 4, here comes Fuster. 16.720. That's going to edge out Dunnett's time. Push Dunnett to 11th. He's going to go into 10th. Fuster off of 4 in his second attempt. Let's see what he's got. He's going to move up to 8th with a 16.182. Next on the track is Rhett Tucker, the 99 machine, making his way around. Rhett Tucker, Roush Yates Ford, spike chassis on that machine, into his first qualifying attempt here tonight. Getting a little bit of a push there in turns 1 and 2. He stays to the high side in the backstretch. A little wiggle out of the 99 of Tucker. Turns 3 and 4. Here comes his first attempt into the front stretch across that start-finish line. Rhett Tucker goes to 10th quick with a 16.471. He's going to push Jason Steinhurst out of it as well. Here he comes on his second attempt. What does Rhett Tucker have for us tonight? 16.344. Position is going to remain unchanged. He's going to stay 10th quick. So Steinhurst Dunnett fall back outside the top 10. 0-1 of Chet Wheeler now makes his way around the track. Known as the Cowboy, Digger Motorsports, Grave Digger Monster Truck Team, Mack Tools, Chevy Motor, and Beast Chassis on that machine as he makes his way around. First time was a 16.433. Let's see what Wheeler's got. Come on, Cowboy. Makes his way out of turn number 4 into the front stretch. Can he crack the top 10? Chet Wheeler Jr.'s time, 16.366. He's going to hold firm in, looks about actually 11th position, so just not quite into the top 10. Still waiting on a few other drivers here to qualify. Got about 6 to 7 drivers remaining. The number 42 of Justin Carey on the track as he makes his way around. Known as J-Man. The Ed Pink Ford machine with the Beast chassis on it. Into the backstretch on his first qualifying attempt here at Iriwndale. J-Man off of turn 4. Here he comes into the front stretch. Let's see what time he's got. It's going to be 13th quick with a 16.556. Still the fast time to beat here tonight, folks. 15.751 laid down by JP, a.k.a. Joseph Palmore. Here comes Carey off of 4 for his second attempt across that start-finish line. He's going to go from 13th to 6th. With a 16.025 for the J-Man. Ricky Heinen on the track now, the 26 car, making his way around in his qualifying attempt here tonight. That Air Force gray looking 26 car into turns 3 and 4. Heinen off of 4. Here he comes. His second time edges out the 16.836. It's going to be a 16.106. He's going to be 7th quick, pushing Galvin and company down. So Jason Galvin's going to fall to 8th. Heinen will come into 7th. The 83 of Dan Holmes on the track. Out of Tewksbury, New Jersey, Amsoil Schmidt Beer, the sponsors on that machine, the 83 car of Holmes. First time here tonight was a 16.529. Let's see what the one that counts here. Here comes Holmes into the front stretch across that start-finish line. from 14th to 10th with a 16.171. So Dan Holmes just inside that top 10. The number 37 of Don LeBayer, probably one of the oldest drivers you're going to find on the track, the 72-year-old. Cranking that machine around the track. LeBayer, called the Godfather, not so fast racing. JB setups with a beast chassis. Winner of the Copper World Classic just 1 season ago. 16.579. His fast time is 16th quick. Let's see what he's got for the second one. Let's see what the Godfather can lay down into the front stretch across that start-finish line. From 16th, LeBayer is going to move into the top 10, edging out Dan Holmes, pushing him out with a 16.151 as Holmes had a 16.171. Very competitive night here, especially around that top 10. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the man, E.T. they call him, as his skills are rival that of an alien. The 72 of Ray Farlow out of Farlow Motorsports. The Sophia Satellite, they also call him. Guest performance parts, Hoosier Tires, Speedway Toyota, and a Spike chassis he's running this year. Farlow edges out a 16.438. He's going to go to third quick with a 15.795. He's going to push Corey Davis's time of 15.809 down to fourth and shifts the lineup by 1. One of the last qualifiers here tonight, number 27 of Bruce Jones on the track. Known as Moses out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Farlow Motorsports teammate, Buffalo Wild Wings. AMSOIL and a Spike chassis on that as well. Jones. We'll call him Moses out of turn number 4. First time here tonight, 16.327. Let's see what he's got. He's going to go to 6th quick with a 16.013. So the 27 of Jones edging out Jim Vig, pushing him down 1, as the previous time was a 16.016, folks. Wow. 3/1000ths of a second claims that spot there for Bruce Jones. We'll give Terry Dunnett one more shot here as he rolled his car previously in turn 3 in an attempt to edge out his previous time, 17.144. He'll have another attempt on it. Dunnett crosses that start-finish line. Still holding with the 17.144 time. Actually, the first one was 17.771, so they're going to keep the first one. His fastest time here tonight, 17.144. Last qualifier, James Mason on the track now. The number 19 car making his way around. That beautiful blue machine into turns 3 and 4. Mason looking for his first time here at Iriwndale. Crosses that start-finish line. Currently sitting 20th with no time. He's going to stay there with a 17.656. Into the backstretch now. A little loose action out of turn 2. Still some wobble into that third turn. Let's see what Mason's got. James Mason crossing that start-finish line. He's going to slow it down and just stop right there at the start-finish line. Must have been happy there with that previous time that he had, but it's an 18.095 is what's going to hold. So he'll hold on to 20th position. And again, tonight, folks, the JSRL 360 Sprint Car Series at Iriwndale Speedway. Presented by Spike Chassis. Kicking off the first of the next season. If you tuned in last season to get to see this. So we're going to go ahead and show you here real quick. Let's see, take a look at the results. Here's the qualifying results. It says race, but it's qualifying. So Palmore with the fast time, 15.75. Spittle, Farlow, Davis, Smith, your top 5. Jones, Vig, Carey, Heinen, and Galvin into the top 10. Aaron Holmes, known as Bray, Don LeBayer, Dan Holmes, Corey Fuster, Wesley Utt, Rhett Tucker, Chet Wheeler Jr., Jason Steinhurst, Terry Dunnett, and James Mason rounding out the field here at Iriwndale. Got heat races coming up next, folks. as we are getting ready to go momentarily. You got about a minute and a half before we get ready to roll. They're going to bring out the cars and line them up on the track. If you'd like to know more about this league that you're seeing here tonight running the sprint cars, one of the most helpful leagues out there on iRacing, down there at the bottom, league.jskins.com. This is the JSkins Sim Racing League, known as JSRL is the acronym, 360 Sprint Car Series. These are 410 sprints, folks, that they added about an extra 400 pounds to. That brings them down to around a 360, equivalent to a 360 sprint. These cars are known to be one of the most difficult to drive out here on iRacing, and they kind of do this to help people ease into the sprint car because it's not a car that you can just jump in and drive. There's a lot of finesse with that throttle, working that car around the track. So just waiting here to get ready to run some heat race action as we see Ray Farlow down there on the track. Notice the Porsche pace car down there as well, folks. Porsche pace car recently came out a couple weeks, or about last week, I should say, replacing the gold Mustang. So currently only one car out on the track at this time, folks. Was expecting to see some heat races come up. Not sure. We'll see Ray Farlow make some laps here around the track. So the pace car goes into the pits, and Farlow making his way around the track.
Green, green, green.
Green flag comes out for Farlow. And as we watch Farlow come around the track, we got a couple of drivers now joining. Corey Fooster making his way out. And Farlow satisfied with that run. He's going to come down to pit road. So a little hiccup there, I think, in the communication chain, folks. We are going to move to a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll have some heat race action. Still a 40-lap feature to come your way this Monday night. So don't go anywhere, folks. The JSRL 360 Sprint Car Series. We'll be back.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Here at iRacing, we pride ourselves on interacting with our community and getting into the forums and seeing the discussions and doing surveys about what features and content, things that they want. It's been quite clear that one of the biggest features that people are looking for is dirt racing. You know, the first step in doing something like that was obviously our dynamic track project. It has set a great foundation for us to do a lot of different things with our surface going forward. With this dirt track project, it became evident that we needed to really become educated on what happens with dirt, not only the preparation of the track, but what happens to the surface as a race is going on. We've gotten in touch with the University of Northwestern Ohio, and there they have a terrific motorsports program, but they also have a big focus on dirt racing. They have their own dirt oval there called Iriwndale. They actually have a dirt late model team and modified team as part of the curriculum for the school.
The university purchased the track for student involvement. They're out here for multiple purposes. We hold classes out here where they work on the vehicles that they build. We also have a motorsports team. They build, crew, and race the cars every Friday. So we have a huge involvement here at Iriwndale Motorsports Park from the university.
And so we're sending Dan Garrison there to get educated and to learn what is different about dirt.
iRacing's traditionally done with asphalt. In that model, the track is, very stiff, and it's the tires that have the give and the bend. But when you start talking about a dirt track, the equation flips in that the track is the thing that gives and responds. That's going to be a big challenge, and it's something that we definitely want to get right.
Everybody wants different racetracks. Personally, I like faster racetracks. A dirt track fast is when you keep the moisture in it and don't let it get real hard on you. If you let it get real hard, it's just like cement. You cannot water cement. You put water on it, the water runs off. The racetrack has got to absorb the water. You got to keep a hard pan below it, but keep the loose stuff on top to make it fast.
The thing about dirt racing that I like the most is there's probably 20 other competitors on the track, but I was always taught by Mr. Knott, a guy that gave me my first sprint car ride, you're racing the racetrack. You're not racing the 20 other guys in that feature race, and you're constantly got the car in the slide. You're turning right to go fast. You have to figure the racetrack out and get your car to where it handles the best on the dirt.
It's good to kind of actually get to a racetrack that's in working condition and be able to see, okay, this is how the soil behaves and this is what it's like. And it's amazingly sticky is the thing I'm learning. It really holds together well.
Having worked with this group of guys on this code base now for 16 years, we've only ever done pavement. We've only ever done purpose-built, race cars that run on ovals or road courses. So it was natural. The first car that we're going to introduce for this is a dirt late model, and we've actually partnered with Clint Boyer, who has a dirt late model team, and he's given us access to his car. We've scanned it, we've photographed it, and started the data collection process with his team to understand how the car works. We couldn't ask for better data to build this dirt late model.
To be able to drive a car around a dirt track and really pitch it into a corner and get on the throttle and throw the car around a little bit and keep it under control, I think is going to be a lot of fun.
I'm very excited about this project. I mean, we have a 25-plus year history of making pavement racing between Papyrus and iRacing, and this is the real first chance we're venturing outside of that. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm very optimistic that this will be launching this year.
So I'm Dan Garrison, engineer at iRacing. I've been working on dynamic track and wanted to take the lab coat off to kind of give an update on what I've been doing to enhance things on the asphalt side, what we're kind of calling the dynamic track version 2. When we started looking at dirt and the interaction between the tire and the track, kind of pointed us to some things we could improve on the asphalt side as well. We were able to kind of rework the calculations that account for heat transferring generally in the direction from the tire to the track. The track will cool a little bit faster when cars are not on it, but more significantly, cars running on the track are going to impart more energy into it, bringing the temperature up and changing the racing experience so that you do have to be wary of the track getting hot and reducing your grip. I've been rethinking some of the calculations that determine kind of how the rubber is torn, whether it's how much is torn from the tire, how much is torn from a rubbered-in track. I've made some changes so that rolling tire will pick up more rubber. We also looked at the thickness of the rubber under the contact patch and realized we can make improvements to the model there. As a result, we're able to make the tire respond a little bit more to how much rubber is there. We're able to influence how fast the track rubbers in areas where the tires are working hard. So I'm excited about these changes that we're making. The temperature in the track is going to be a lot more dynamic. It's going to mean you're going to have to dive around looking for the cool parts of the track. I think it's going to make the different lines come in and change the racing experience, and I'm really kind of excited to see how this is going to change things following the September build when it comes out.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Iriwndale Speedway and the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network this Monday night. If you tuned in to catch the qualifying action here at Iriwndale, it was a great time. Palmore at the top as expected. He had the fast time early on, as we've seen some great things come from that 25 machine the last couple of times we were here at Iriwndale. Back at the ending or before the Turkey Day GP, the warm-up for that, and during that, he was a quick time car to beat. So we're going to see some heat race action coming your way, folks, as they look to make their way out onto the track. And it looks like up front in that DeWalt machine, on the pole, Farlow's going to be to the outside, folks. We see other guys like Chen Wheeler Jr., Dan Holmes, Ricky Heinen out there, Jim Vig, Aaron Holmes as well. So out there on the pole that we see is Palmore in his DeWalt machine. And it's going to be 10 laps, folks, coming at you heat race style. The Porsche pace car begins to pull them around the track. It's going to be 2 pace laps before we actually get to the race. And again, setting the way for tonight's 40-lap feature coming up a little bit later. One to go this time by as they cross that start-finish line, and these sprint cars ready to roll. Joseph Palmore, JP up front. Farlow to the outside. Pace car into the pits as they head into turn number 3. They begin bunching up, tighten it up into turns 3 and 4. Here we go. 10 laps of heat race action coming your way.
Green, green, green.
Green flag flies. We're off to this heat race. Here they come into the backstretch. Side-by-side action up front off of turn number 4. They're down there, you can see Palmore to the inside of Farlow. Farlow's going to take the high side. Out of 4 into the front stretch. Palmore about 2 car lengths ahead of Ray Farlow. Farlow's going to close the gap out of 2. Take a look at that action. Back in third, the 47 of Dan Smith. 2 laps into it, folks. It's going to be 7 laps to go now as they cross that start-finish line. The man known as JP leading it all. Off of 4 again. 6 laps to go here in this heat race. That's 72 of Ray Farlow back in second. Dan Smith third. Jim Vig fourth. Ricky Heinen in the top 5. Dan Holmes just outside in 6th. 5 laps to go in this heat race. JP still the car to beat. The 25 DeWalt machine up front. Back behind him, the Hoosier Tire. 72 of Ray Farlow. Four laps now remain. I'm not sure Ray Farlow's going to be able to catch this car. It is on a rail here tonight. His last lap, 15.943. Let's see what he's got this time with 3 laps to go. It's a 15.907. He's getting quicker, folks. as he progresses down the backstretch into that third turn. It gets Aaron Holmes there down on the low side as he joins the track off into the front stretch. 2 laps to go. Next time by, it's going to be the white flag here for Joseph Palmore. 2 car lengths back, equivalent to 0.2 of a second behind him. Farlow looks to the inside, setting up for that inside pass. White flag for this heat race. 1 more lap to go. Farlow taking a peek to the inside as he come out of 2. Can he do it? He's going to dive it for a slide move in 3. They're going to be side by side out of 4, but it's going to swing way to the 25 of Joseph J.P. Palmore. He's going to take the first heat race here at Iriwndale. Beautiful finish as Ray Farlow had tried an old maneuver in the inside, trying to snag a possible slide on him. Was not able to do it. There is your winner right there, folks, heading down pit road. So there it is, Palmore, Farlow, Vig, Heinen, Holmes, Wheeler Jr., Terry Dunnett, and Aaron Holmes in this heat race. Still got another one to come your way, folks. Splitting them up into 2 10-car heat races. Then there will be a King of the Hill race coming up. And while we're waiting for the second, let's take a look here. This is your track information. 70 degrees in the air, 62% humidity, partly cloudy with a 96-degree track temperature. Very warm day here. Not as far as the air, but the track temperature can make things a little bit slick, and possibly why we've seen Farlow not able to make the pass on the inside that he was trying to get around Palmore. So we are going to go back to another commercial break, folks, as they get ready for the second heat race. So don't go anywhere. Still some great racing action. Another feature to come your way a little bit later. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Onky Overdrive.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Iriwndale this Monday night for our second heat race taking place here at the lovely half-mile track in the Los Angeles Basin. We got to see Joseph Palmore fast time here tonight with a 15.73 take the first heat race win, edging out Ray Farlow barely. It came down to a turn 4 battle. And right now we got another great 10-car heat race coming your way. See guys out there up front. See Corey Davis out there, the number 70 car, just to the outside. We bounce around and take a look. Guys like Jason Galvin will be in this one. Justin Carey, Rhett Tucker, Don LeBayer, Brad Spittle up front, setting that pace when we go to green. Ready to go racing as the pace car will be heading into the pits, this time by that lovely Porsche pace car into the pits. Here we go. Spittle with the time to lead the pack into the heat race. Here we go, off of turn 4.
Green.
The green flag flies. We're off to the race. And somebody lost it off of turn 1. To the outside, a Corey Davis passing Brad Spittle for the lead. 9 laps remain in this heat race, and it's a close battle. Spittle to the inside. They're going to work their way up the track towards the wall, and it looks like Davis still has a nose over Spittle. Bruce Jones, Jason Galvin back there behind in a side-by-side bout. Spittle to the inside, running the middle groove. Through turns 3 and 4, 8 laps to go into the front stretch. It's going to be 7. He's got the lead. With 7 laps to go, Brad Spittle takes over the race lead. Allebach Racing, the sponsor on that car, edging out that 70 machine. 6 laps to go in the heat race. And now Davis looking to the inside of Spittle across the start-finish line. 5 laps to go. Four more laps remain for Spittle up front. Can he take that Allebach Racing machine all the way to victory lane in this heat race? We'll have to find out. How about that battle back there with Bruce Jones and Jason Galvin? They're going at it in the battle for 3rd position, and currently Bruce Jones, the 27 machine, winning out to the high side there of Galvin. Galvin rallying back to the inside here in turns 3 and 4. It's a little stretch action in the battle for 3rd. 2 laps remain. Galvin trying to edge out Jones. Jones holding on to 3rd. These guys are going at it locked like they have a chain. How about the battle up front? Spittle with the white flag still in front of Corey Davis. Was on the pole here for this heat race. Battles down the backstretch. And Davis going to take a Farlow approach, trying for a slide maneuver out of 4. Not going to get it. Brad Spittle is going to get the victory in the heat race. Bruce Jones will edge out Jason Galvin. Justin Carey finishing 5th. Don LeBayer, Jason Steinhurst, Corey Fooster, and Rhett Tucker are rounding out your field. There's your race results, folks. From 1st to 9th in this one. Brad Spittle, Corey Davis, Bruce Jones, Jason Galvin, Justin Carey, Don LeBayer, Jason Steinhurst, Corey Fooster, and Rhett Tucker. Beautiful battle there for third between Galvin and Jones. So we got a King of the Hill race coming your way, and then a 40-lap feature a little bit later, folks, so stay tuned. We'll be back.
So I'm Dan Garrison, engineer at iRacing. Been working on dynamic track and wanted to take the lab coat off to kind of give an update on what I've been doing to enhance things on the asphalt side, what we're kind of calling the dynamic track version 2. When we started looking at dirt and the interaction between the tire and the track, kind of pointed us to some things we could improve on the asphalt side as well. We were able to kind of rework the calculations that account for heat transferring generally in the direction from the tire to the track. The track will cool a little bit faster when cars are not on it, but more significantly, cars running on the track are going to impart more energy into it, bringing the temperature up and changing the racing experience so that you do have to be wary of the track getting hot and reducing your grip. I've been rethinking some of the calculations that determine kind of how the rubber is torn, whether it's how much is torn from the tire, how much is torn from a rubbered-in track. I've made some changes so that rolling tire will pick up more rubber. We also looked at the thickness of the rubber under the contact patch and realized we can make improvements to the model there. As a result, we're able to make the tire respond a little bit more to how much rubber is there. We're able to influence how fast the track rubbers in areas where the tires are working hard. So I'm excited about these changes that we're making. The temperature in the track is going to be a lot more dynamic. It's going to mean you're going to have to dive around looking for the cool parts of the track. I think it's going to make the different lines come in and change the racing experience, and I'm really kind of excited to see how this is going to change things following the September build when it comes out.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Iriwndale this Monday night. Yeah, one more event here before we head into the feature of the evening. Session known as a King of the Hill race. These guys are going to be battling out. Then we will have the 40-lap feature coming your way. As we are waiting for the drivers to make their way out to the grid. Had some great heat races early on, 2 10-lap heat races. Joseph Palmore getting victory in the first. And it was Brad Spittle edging out Corey Davis in the second. Some great side-by-side racing, and it looks like Spittle's going to be up front for this one as well. So in the King of the Mountain or King of the Hill, whichever you would call it, the fastest cars will start a 2-lap sprint. The first and second positions run against each other, and the winner stays on the track. The next car runs him for 2 laps, and then the winner will stay on in line. Most likely the fastest of the two. And continuing on, the last car remaining will be then deemed King of the Mountain. So we'll have to see how this will play out as Spittle was up front. A little flip-flop action there. He was on the pole. So Palmore and Spittle are going to go at it up front. They're going to battle each other. And again, for 2 laps, folks. It's a neat little race. Pace car's going to go into the pits. Here we go. So they got 2 laps. Fastest guy between the top guys will stay out on the track.
Green, green, green.
Here we go. Palmore to the inside of Spittle, looking to beat a quick car. Off of turn 4. 2 laps to go. And Palmore now sees Farlow to the inside. He's going to come down and block. Off of turn 4. Palmore out of the first 2 laps, the fastest one. Still to beat, final lap, white flag in the air here for this race. To the checkered flag, JP, Joseph Palmore. The 25 will be the fast guy staying out on the track. So Joseph Palmore, the fast guy out there in this session. All right, so they got to get ready, folks, for the next one. We will head to commercial break. We'll be back.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Here at iRacing, we pride ourselves on interacting with our community and getting into the forums and seeing the discussions and doing surveys about what features and content, things that they want. It's been quite clear that one of the biggest features that people are looking for is dirt racing. You know, the first step in doing something like that was obviously our dynamic track project. It has set a great foundation for us to do a lot of different things with our surface going forward. With this dirt track project, it became evident that we needed to really become educated on what happens with dirt, not only the preparation of the track, but what happens to the surface as a race is going on. We've gotten in touch with the University of Northwestern Ohio, and there they have a terrific motorsports program, but they also have a big focus on dirt racing. They have their own dirt oval there called Limaland. They actually have a dirt late model team and modified team as part of the curriculum for the school.
The university purchased the track for student involvement. They're out here for multiple purposes. We hold classes out here where they work on the vehicles that they build. We also have a motorsports team. They build, crew, and race the cars every Friday. So we have a huge involvement here at Limeland Motorsports Park from the university.
And so we're sending Dan Garrison there to get educated and to learn what is different about dirt.
iRacing's traditionally done with asphalt. In that model, the track is, very stiff, and it's the tires that have the give and the bend. But when you start talking about a dirt track, the equation flips in that the track is the thing that gives and responds. That's going to be a big challenge, and it's something that we definitely want to get right.
You know, everybody wants different racetracks. Personally, I like faster racetracks. A dirt track fast is when you keep the moisture in it and don't let it get real hard on you. If you let it get real hard, it's just like cement. You cannot water cement. You put water on it, the water runs off. The racetrack has got to absorb the water. You got to keep a hard pan below it, but keep the loose stuff on top to make it fast.
The thing about dirt racing that I like the most is there's probably 20 other competitors on the track, but I was always taught by Mr. Knott, a guy that gave me my first sprint car ride, you're racing the racetrack. You're not racing the 20 other guys in that feature race, and you're constantly got the car in a slide. You're turning right to go fast. You have to figure the racetrack out and get your car to where it handles the best on the dirt.
It's good to kind of actually get to a racetrack that's in working condition and be able to see, okay, this is how the soil behaves and this is what it's like. And it's amazingly sticky is the thing I'm learning. It like really holds together well.
Having worked with this group of guys on this code base now for 16 years, we've only ever done pavement. We've only ever done purpose-built, race cars that run on ovals or road courses. So it was natural. The first car that we're going to introduce for this is a dirt late model, and we've actually partnered with Clint Boyer, who has a dirt late model team, and he's given us access to his car. We've scanned it, we've photographed it, and started the data collection process with his team to understand how the car works. We couldn't ask for better data to build this dirt late model.
To be able to drive a car around a dirt track and really pitch it into a corner and get on the throttle and throw the car around a little bit and keep it under control, I think is going to be a lot of fun.
I'm very excited about this project. I mean, we have a 25+ year history of making pavement racing between Papyrus and iRacing, and this is the real first chance we're venturing outside of that. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm very optimistic that this will be launching this year.
Welcome back to Iriwndale this Monday night, ladies and gentlemen. It's the JSRL 360 Sprint Car Series, race number 1 of their season, heading towards the 2017 year. Folks, we're about ready to go racing for the 40-lap feature. We're going to go to the playing of the national anthem. When we come back, we'll have some race action coming your way, so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning into the Digital Forge Broadcast Network. What a night of racing we've had already. We've had 2 heat races, a King of the Hill race, some qualifying action, and now it's time for the main event, the 40-lap feature here at Iriwndale. It's going to be some great sprint car race action. If you tuned in to catch the heat races, these guys were going at it side by side. Well, one can only imagine what's going to pan out in this feature. So with that being said, let's take a look at some information here on the track. As things begin to heat up here at Iriwndale, ready for some racing action, take a look at that track temperature, folks. Flirting with 100 degrees there with a hefty 96 degrees. Air temperature 70, humidity 62%, partly cloudy. And I tell you what, folks, that warm track temperature is going to force these guys up the track just a little bit. Middle groove is going to be the preferred line. We saw a lot of guys running that higher line. We'll have to see how that will pan out coming up, as I think they're about ready to end their hot lap session and go to the grid. Guys like Joseph Palmore, if you tuned in, the number 25. And the 5 of Brad Spittle were the fast guys battling it out there in the King of the Hill. Both won their heat races, respectively. Palmore had the fast time on the night in qualifying. 15.73 was the time to beat. And we'll have to see how that will play out. Keep an eye on the heavy favorite, the 72 of Ray Farlow. Don LeBayer, Dan Smith, Bruce Jones, a few of the others, Jason Steinhurst. But if you've tuned in to catch the action here previously, you'll know that Joseph Palmore, a.k.a. JP, is one of the fast guys to beat out here at this track. Turkey Day warm-up definitely was a presence setter there for the 25 car. So we'll have to see here tonight if he can carry that momentum heading forward into this feature, which it looks like the hot laps have come to a close. They are ready to move to the grid. We'll take you trackside there momentarily and let you see your drivers out there as we bring you the sound of the track. And again, tonight, wall cams and cranking up cams brought to you in part by Ryan Eckstein, Eckstein Cameras. Does an excellent job putting together some great short track cameras, getting you close to that action so you can see and almost feel the sounds that these cars are laying down. So it will be Palmore on the pole with that fast time, folks. He will be the car that sets the pace for us heading into tonight's race. And again, this is the JSRL 360 Sprint Car Series presented by Spike Chassis. How about that new Porsche pace car that iRacing just gave us 1 week ago, replacing the former gold Mustang? Not too often you see a Porsche on the oval, but a nice looking one indeed. Here they go, folks. They are moving away from the grid into the first of a 2-lap pace. So Spittle will be to the outside of Palmore up front. These guys are going to go head-to-head. That 25 car favorited. But back behind him, take a look at that. That is Ray Farlow that's to the inside. He's another one that's known to make some interesting maneuvers. He tried to make a slight job earlier. To his outside, it's going to be Corey Davis, who looked really solid early on as well in the heat race. Here we go. Pace car will head in turn 3. We are ready to go racing here at Iriwndale, folks. Pace cars into the pits. Here we go. JP with that pace coming off of 4.
Green, green, green.
Here they come. The green flag flies. We're off to the race. as we follow him into turns 1 and 2. Palmore up front. Farlow back in second. Spittle third. Davis fourth. And Bruce Jones back there in 5th position in a 3-wide bout nearly off of turn 4. Single file action from the top 3. Corey Davis back there in 4th. We got a little bit of shakeup now. Farlow looking to the outside of Palmore. Into the backstretch. Positions 5, 6, 7 finally single file themselves out into turn 3. And now Farlow looking to the inside of Palmore across that start-finish line. We've seen him try to work that inside before, only to end up losing time off the pace. Can he do it here tonight? 96 degrees at the start of this race, folks. Oh, we got some side-by-side contact out of turn 4, and they're going to go for a spin. I believe that's Dan Smith. Dan Smith had some contact off of turn 4. He's going to get spun. Let's go back and take a look and see exactly what happened. We're going to take you down closer to the action, folks. Get you right there with the following Dan Smith here. Smith kind of running solo there. And I think he's going to tag the wall. And right there, he's going to come back around, and the 27 machine is going to meet him. He's going to deflect off of the 27 car up into the wall. Kind of was running a high line there. And Bruce Jones is going to sail on by. Fortunately, Dan Smith will see the result of that. And that's going to bring out tonight's first caution here at Iriwndale. Here's a look at the top 5 so far in the race. Palmore up front, Farlow second, Spittle third, Davis fourth, and Jones will remain in the top 5. Contact heading into turn number 3 from Dan Smith off that wall. I believe that may have got him a little bit, got the car a little bit in a condition to where he didn't expect it to do what it did in turn 4, which brought him right back down into the side of Bruce Jones, causing him to self-deflection up into the wall and spinning out. There's your race summary. Palmore, of course, the leader here on lap number 8. 7 total laps led. 1 caution, no lead changes. I tell you what, folks, for being the 12th of December, those palm trees really look nice. Would love to have some 70-degree weather. Single file restarts in sprint cars, folks. Light off the pace car. We're ready to go back green on lap number 10. Here we go. Pace cars into the pits. Palmore to set that pace coming off of 4. Here he goes. The green flag flies. We're back to the race. Following Palmore across the start-finish line, JP. Barely with a 1/10 of a second lead over the 72 of Farlow. Farlow trailing behind about a car and a half length behind Palmore into 3. Spittle back there in 3rd, looking on to the battle up front. Back in 4th, Corey Davis in a comfortable spot. Farlow playing the patience game here on lap number 12. Spittle not so patient, looks to the inside of Farlow. Off of turn 4 into the front stretch. Palmore extends his lead to 0.2 of a second. Turns 1 and 2 now into the backstretch. The DeWalt machine rallies his car towards turn number 3, trying to give himself some breathing room between him and Farlow. And Spittle showing signs of issues on his machine. Can he hold on to that one? Davis back there in 4th comfortably. Jumping back into 5th, we see Bruce Jones trying to hold off Jim Vig. Don LeBayer back there in 7th. Single file action with the 17 of Vig looking to the inside now of Jones. Nice little battle back here behind Steinhurst. Oh, and somebody's going to go for a ride to the infield. We got a car off the wall. And it looks like it was Corey Fuster, the 666 machine, is going to take a ride off the wall. Bring out the second caution flag on the night. Let's go back and take a look. And Fuster looking a little loose there in turns 3 and 4. How about that battle right there? Tight race action. And I think it's going to be self-spun there right in front of the 99 of Rhett Tucker. And self-inflicted wounds up into the catch fence around the wall. Sparks are going to fly, and I feel sorry for the guy with the headset on, as he might have caught a little bit of sheet metal as the sparks flew through that fence, almost caught him there. So Fuster down on pit road. Not sure we're going to see the 666 come back out. So no change pretty much in the top 5. Palmore still up front. Farlow second. Spittle third. Davis fourth. And Jones rounding out your top 5. Heading towards lap 20. It'll be just under 21 laps to go when they cross that start-finish line. If you like what you see here, folks, and want to know more about this league, you can find them on the web, league.jskins.com. And again, tonight, the JSRL 360 Sprint Car Series presented by Spike Chassis, kicking off their season here at Irwindale. Glad you could be with us this Monday night here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. Just under 20 laps, cresting past the halfway point of tonight's race. When the lights come off that pace car, we got the 1-to-go signal. We're ready to go back green as the pace car looks to head into the pits. This time by, there it goes. Palmore will look to fire that 25 machine, that DeWalt car, off of turn 4. Let's see what JP's got. He's not even going to wait. He fires it off of 4 on the entry to 4. Now we're back to the green. Shoots out to over a 4/10 of a second lead. Beautiful restart from JP in the 25 DeWalt. Farlow looking to close that 4/10 of a second gap just under 3/10. He's shaved the 10th off that last lap, and he's on the move, trying to chase down the 25 machine of JP. Can he do it? Spittle, though, back there in third's been pretty solid behind Farlow here tonight. Looking to the high side, maybe a little loose action, possibly a push coming out of 2. He's going to look to the inside of Farlow again. Corey Davis back in 4th. The top 4 drivers here tonight looking mighty fast as they rocket their cars off of 2 into the backstretch, jumping back into 5th. Take a look at Bruce Jones, about 2 seconds behind Palmore at this point. Here on lap number 25, Jim Vig back there behind him. Single file action between these drivers. Got a nice little battle up front, though, as Farlow now looks to the inside of JP. Farlow looking to run a little bit lower of a line. He tries the dive maneuver. It's not working early on in the heat races. Palmore sees the car approaching. Farlow working the inside. Wants to get to the race lead here on lap 27. Can he do it? Farlow looking to the inside yet again. can't hold on that long. The tire's warming really up. He's going to have to, warming up quite a bit. He's going to have to come back up to the middle groove, hopefully to cool him off just a little bit. Now, JP running his race in the midpoint of the track, running the work in the middle grooves. Now into turns 1 and 2 here on lap 29. Spittle back in third. Davis looks like he's getting closer to the 5 machine of Spittle as we watch the two battle up front here, JP and Farlow. Next time by, it's going to be 10 laps to go here in the feature, folks. And the DeWalt 25 of Joseph J.P. Palmore has now extended his lead almost back to the 0.2 of a second gap he had about 4 laps ago. Do not count out the 72 machine of Ray Farlow. That Hoosier Tire 72 finds a way. He will close the gap on Uniquick, and I think that is the concerning factor for anybody who is out in front of the 72 machine, because he can close that gap quick. He knows how to work these sprint cars. Hence the nickname E.T., like an alien. He has out-of-this-world racecraft when it comes to the sprint car, folks. And if you're J.P. Palmore, you're going to definitely keep an eye on that guy behind you, as this guy's known to get up quick. It'll be 7 laps to go when they cross that start-finish line as they fire into the front stretch. Across it, 7 laps to go here at Iriwndale. Some lap traffic down low is going to allow the lead lap cars by without hesitation. Spittle and Davis back 3rd and 4th. How about Palmore up front? 6 laps to go. Jumping back behind Bruce Jones is Jim Vig.
All right, man, caution is out.
We've got a caution flag. And we see Wesley Utt, the 45 machine, moving slow, coming off of turn 4. Let's go back and take a look. Following the 45 of Wesley Utt, the Carbright machine. Into the backstretch. Battling there with the 26 car of Ricky Heinen, and they're going to have some contact. Looked like a battle for a line heading into turn 4, and that's going to send the 45 Carbright machine up into the wall. Tough break there for Wesley Utt. So the lap's going to wind down here, possibly under yellow. We may see a 1 or 2 lap shootout here. Farlow might have the chance to take down a guy who's been so strong out here at Iriwndale, Joseph J.P. Palmore, in that DeWalt 25. So here's your top 5, pretty much unchanged all night. Palmore, Farlow, Spittle, Davis, and Jones. Your top 5. Here's your race summary. 3 cautions in the 38 completed. And unfortunately, I think this one is over, folks. 2 laps to go. Typically, the lights would come off when the white flag's going to come out. So I think this one, safe to say, this one's going to end under caution. And Joseph Palmore is going to pick up victory here in week number 1. So the white flag comes out. It's going to stay under yellow. No final shootout here tonight. And Joseph J.P. Palmore in the 25 DeWalt machine will edge out the 72 of Ray Farlow. Farlow in the Hoosier Tire machine right there behind him. And as they come to the checkered flag, pace car will bring them there. And they begin to take Palmore's going to take his victory lap. Farlow's going to work the inside, but there he is, folks. Your winner here tonight, the 25 DeWalt car there of Joseph J.P. Palmore. A little bit of Hoosier there on the front, too. And nice little victory burnout. What a great night of racing, folks, that we had here at Iriwndale. Got to capture some qualifying heat race, King of the Hill, and the 40-lap feature. Palmore's going to bring it back down pit road. We are going to go ahead and show you the results on your screen as we look to get top 3 driver interviews. Joining me now, finishing third here tonight, looking really solid. He won a heat race earlier. Number 5 of Brad Spittle with the Allebach Racing Machine. Brad, how you doing tonight?
Doing good.
Definitely a good night of racing here at Iriwndale. Had the heat race on lockdown. Did you notice any difference in the track from the time that you raced the heat coming into the feature?
Not much. I had to change the tire pressures for the feature so they would last longer. That kind of messed me up, I guess, on the start.
You had a nice little battle there with Corey Davis, and it looked like the guys ahead of you just a little too fast tonight, but definitely some great racing out there taking place. Did you run? Where did you feel you felt most the quickest, I guess I should say, on the track?
Probably in the center of the white lines, going in, let it drift up a little bit, come off about center of the white lines of the hood. That's about probably the fastest line around the track for me.
Well, great job here tonight. And what a way to kick off the series, finishing third in the first race. Is there any thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you for broadcasting this, and Jay for putting the league on, and everybody who watches the stream.
Well, congratulations on your third place finish here tonight at Iriwndale, and we look forward to seeing more action out of you next week.
Thank you.
All right, folks, we're going to go live now with the driver of the 72 machine. He's no stranger to the podium when it comes to sprint car racing. The 72 of Ray Farlow, known as the ET Farlow Motorsports Guest Performance Parts. Hoosier Tires, Speedway Toyota, and a Spike chassis this year, Ray. Definitely a solid job done here tonight. Couldn't edge out Palmore. You had a hard time trying to put a little slide maneuver on him in the heat race, but it looked like he was just a little too fast for you tonight here in this feature.
Yeah, JP, he's always tough here. I knew it was going to be hard to beat him tonight. If I had any chance, I knew it had to be on cold tires. But he kept it straight and was able to keep it out front.
Now, the one thing we've talked about a couple of the times that we've had the opportunity to broadcast you here at Iriwndale, looking for that inside groove. And, of course, we're seeing the warmer temperatures close to 100 degrees on the track when you're going racing here. But looking to the inside of the track to possibly find some extra ground. We've seen other divisions of cars be able to do it, and we've noticed that you've tried again, only to end up a little bit loose. Is there something that you're trying to work, maybe got something in the works to be able to get that extra little momentum in that lower groove to gain some ground on the guy who's leading the race?
I don't know what to do to it to get it to stick. I tried all afternoon in practice, just working on that, and I just never could get it to get that run off the corner that I needed.
Well, needless to say, a heck of a job done here tonight to finish second at Iriwndale. Is there any thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, shout out to Hoosier Racing Tires, Toyota, Spike Chassis, everybody at JSRL. Shout out to Bruce for behind-the-scenes work tonight to get this thing going, and you for broadcasting it.
Well, congratulations, Ray. We look forward to seeing some more action out of you in the future, bud.
Thank you.
There you have it, folks. The 72 of Ray, a.k.a. E.T. Farlow, coming in second here at Iriwndale. Going to be joined live now. No stranger to victory lane when it comes to Iriwndale. This powerhouse finds itself to victory lane to kick off the season here and in the JSRL 360 Sprint Car Series. And I tell you what, Joe, you gotta be happy. This 25 DeWalt machine was on a rail here tonight, and how better of a way to beat out the team owner than to do it in style here at Iriwndale.
Oh yeah, Dustin, I'm tickled to death. Anytime you can beat Ray, I mean, it's a good day.
Now, when you beat your team owner, what kind of lashback do you get heading into the week, preparing for next week? Do you get any kind of harassment?
No, Ray's a good guy. Ray's actually helped me a lot with this setup, and Ray's one of those kind of guys that he loves to race and he'll help anybody out. And you know, sometimes that help maybe ends up costing him a race, but I think Ray just he's happy to do it.
Well, coming into tonight, we've seen the warmer temperatures down there on the track, and it looked like tonight you were just on a rail. You were running your race. You weren't racing the guys. You were racing the track out there, not really too fazed by the fact that the pressure Ray was putting on you quite a bit. You know, in both the heat race and even in the feature, you're able to take this car to victory lane. You were running the midpoint of the track. I mean, did you have to make any adjustments coming from qualifying into the feature?
No, I had actually made a spring change on the right front prior to the warm-up. I felt like I was getting beat on entry and felt like the right front was laying down, so I made a spring change there, and it actually helped me quite a bit. So I had the car hooked up, and I think everybody's got a favorite track, and this track is my favorite. I don't know what it is about it, but I just seem to do well here.
Definitely got it dialed in. This is definitely your track. Tough to beat. I think last 3 times we've been here, you definitely have taken victory, needless to say. So it's a great job done here tonight at Iriwndale. Is there any thanks or shout-outs you'd like to give for your victory?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Spike Chassis, JSRL, Farlow Motorsports, Digital Forge Broadcasting, and you, Dustin, for the great job you do.
All right, well, congratulations. Hopefully we can carry this momentum forward, and I'll let you go so you can go celebrate your victory, bud.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Well, there you have it, folks. Got to see some qualifying here tonight. Kind of a new format than what you're seeing typically here on the Digital Forge Broadcasting. Brought you some qualifying, some heat races. Also, a little King of the Hill action, which I think was more of a trophy dash here tonight, but for the most part, got to see that and a 40-lap feature. So a lot of great race action taking place this Monday night for the JSRL, or the J-Skin Sim Racing League 360 Sprint Car Series, presented by Spike Chassis. Let's run down the look. We're going to take a look real quick here at the race summary for you, just before we take a look at the results again. Out of the 40 laps completed, seems like we had 1 every 10, 4 total cautions, no lead changes. Palmore from pole, from green to checkered. Took it here, the fast car to beat tonight, and again, it was a 15.73 laid down, and not a lot of fall-off. Take a look at that fast lap time up top. 15.92 was this fast lap in the feature, folks. So a lot of great racing to come your way via the JSRL 360 Sprint Car Series. And as we bring up the results, let's take another look. We've had them up there, the top 10. So Palmore, Farlow, Spittle, Davis, Jones, your top 5. Jim Vig, Jason Steinhurst, Heinen, Wheeler Jr., and Dunnett, the top 10. Moving on back, Wesley Hunt, Jim Galvin, Dan Smith, Rhett Tucker, Justin Carey, Don LeBire, Corey Fooster, and Dan Holmes, the 83 machine, rounding out your field here at Iriwndale. A lot of great racing to come your way via this JSRL 360 Sprint Series. Got some races coming up. Going to see tracks like Lanier, Southern National, all over the place, folks. So you definitely want to get out there and check out league.jskins.com. Also check out Spike Chassis, as they are the presenter, the sponsor here of this series. But that looks like it's going to do it for us here this Monday night. Thanks for tuning in, however you got us, whether it was Twitch TV, out there on iRacing Live, or on YouTube. Appreciate you tuning in to the Digital Forge Broadcasting Network. We're going to be back tomorrow with the Can-Am Tour Modified Series. You definitely want to tune in to capture that open wheel race action, as they will battle it out and start off their season. I'm Dustin Caldwell saying thanks for tuning in, folks. Have a good night.